Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Tour Edge is in the midst of a huge transformation. The company has a brand new logo. It just entered into the golf ball market, and now as we enter into the final quarter of 2025, the company has a brand new lineup of exotic clubs. We have drivers, fairway woods, hybrids, muscle back blades, as well as better player cavity back blades. There's also a new game improvement iron. Today, I'm going to really focus on the new drivers for the end of 2025. This is the Tour Edge Exotics LS. There's also a Max as well as a Lite. So let's get into it. Okay, as I said, there's three different versions of the Tour Edge Exotics drivers, but they have a lot of technologies and features that are shared between them. First is an exceptionally large carbon fiber crown on the top. This is one of the largest carbon fiber crowns the Tour Edge has ever had on its drivers, and that removes a lot of weight from the top of the golf club, and it hands it back to the engineer so that they can repurpose it and put it in places where it's going to actually enhance performance. Having a heavy top to the driver serves absolutely no purpose. Now, another feature that's been updated for the end of 2025 is the Ridgeback feature. Now, Ridgeback in previous Tour Edge drivers had been a supporting beam that went basically from the center of the top line all the way back to the back of the head. Its purpose was to stiffen up the frame at the moment of impact to help transfer energy into your shot more effectively. Well, that Ridgeback system is gone. It's been replaced by a 360 titanium Ridgeback ring that basically runs all the way around the head. So instead of having one beam that basically bisected the top line, more carbon fiber was put in its place, and basically the perimeter of the head, the titanium here, has been reinforced dramatically. So it does effectively the same job. At the moment of impact, when the ball strikes the face is going to stay rigid. So instead of deforming and wasting energy as you make impact, it's going to stay rigid and it's going to focus that energy back into the shot, which should help players get more distance. Now, another technology that's been designed into the Exotics drivers is a new face technology. Previously in Tour Edge's drivers, on the inner facing side of each one of the hitting areas was a diamond pattern of thicker and thinner areas that was designed to basically expand and broaden out the sweet spot. Well, Tour Edge designers were able to upgrade that to a new pyramid face. Now, on the outside, it looks like a typical driver face, but on the inner facing side, there are a series of pyramids that again create thicker and thinner areas. That helps to create a larger sweet spot. It's going to protect ball speed on off-center hits, so you're not only going to get really good performance and good distance when you strike the ball right in the middle, but when you miss it slightly towards the toe or more towards the heel, you're not going to be penalized with as much loss of distance. It's going to be able to make up for and help to compensate for that missed strike and give you better performance overall. So as I said before, this is a massive carbon fiber crown that's designed onto the top of these golf clubs. But on the bottom, there's also large carbon fiber panels, which are taking place of what otherwise would be titanium panels. And again, it saves a lot of weight. So you're saving weight on the top, saving weight on the bottom, all basically creating a ton of discretionary weight the Tour Edge's designers were able to play with and use to help you get better performance. In each one of the three drivers, that weight has been redistributed in different ways. So right now I'm holding the Max version. This is the most forgiving driver the Tour Edge has ever made, and it is a 10K driver, meaning the total combined moment of inertia, the MOI, exceeds 10,000 grams per centimeter squared. So this driver is really designed for players who are looking to maximize forgiveness and who want the straightest, most consistent driver that they can absolutely get. So what did Tour Edge do with all that weight? They put it into a large back weight, 18 grams, that you can see is on the very back edge. Now this weight track system allows players and fitters to move that weight around. So if you want to absolutely maximize out forgiveness, you can have that 18 gram weight be right in the middle. But if you want to give the driver a little bit of a draw bias, it can be slid up a little bit towards the heel. If you want a fade bias, it can be moved and adjusted over towards the toe. But in all of these positions, that weight stays as far back in the head as possible. And that's really the key to boosting not only MOI, but also enhancing stability and helping the club basically compensate for on-off center hits more and more effectively. In all of these positions, you're going to get that benefit. There is also a low spin version. This is the Exotics LS. Now, whereas the Max is a 460cc head, this one now goes down to 440cc. So right away we know this is for better players, more accomplished golfers, players who need lower spin. LS obviously standing for low spin. And you'll notice that the weight that was saved with the carbon fiber on the crown and on the sole has been redistributed in two weights on the LS version. It comes standard with a 5 gram weight in the front and then an 18 gram weight in the back, but obviously they can be flip-flopped. So by having those weight positions positions right there, players and fitters are able to adjust the spin rate and the launch angle with the LS model. When you have the heavier weight in the front, the 18-gram weight in the front, it's going to lower the launch angle, lower the initial spin rate, and probably help golfers create just a little bit more ball speed because you have that weight forward condition. So if you're a player who creates an excessive amount of spin, you really tend to get the ball high up in the air, so much so that it robs you of distance, that heavy weight in the front could be the way to go. If you want just a little bit more spin than that, throwing the heavier weight into the back is going to increase the moment of inertia, give you a little bit more stability, not as much obviously as the max, but players and fitters will be able to tinker around with this to get really just the right launch angle that they want and the right spin rate that they want to maximize out distance. Now, the Lite version of the Exotics driver is going to be the longest in length, 46 inches. It's also going to be the lightest, and it's really designed to help players who struggle to generate club head speed swing the club faster with the same amount of effort. The Lite version is going to have more weight in the heel to help players close the face, and it's also going to have a little bit of offset, again, to help players reduce the severity of a slice and really try and get a distance-enhancing right to left ball flight for right-handed players, a little bit more of a draw. I do think it'll probably be different golfers that end up getting into these types of clubs. I think more accomplished players who like to shape shots a little bit, they're going to probably be attracted to the LS. I would imagine the majority of people are probably going to benefit most from the Max, but we don't know that. And that's why it's going to be critical to work with a really good custom fitter, get yourself on a launch monitor, and find out which of these 3 different drivers from Tour Edge could be the best fit for you. Okay, so that's just about everything I think you probably need to know about the new Tour Edge Exotics LS, as well as the Max and Lite drivers. But if you have some questions you'd like for me to answer, please feel free to drop them in the comment area below. I do try and monitor the comment area and answer questions and comments that people might have. And if you did get some good information out of this video, if you did find it interesting, it would really help us out if you would smash that like button as well as subscribe to our channel. It helps us out tremendously. Thanks a lot, and we look forward to seeing you again really soon.